Hey, good morning to everybody. We're supposed to have a huge storm here in New York City. It's a bust. It's a bust. Everyone calm down.
Yeah, nothing.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Phone number 877-212-ONA. You got the ONARadio.com. And for the people that linger longer on ONARadio.com later this afternoon, or later this morning probably, an old commercial featuring our old pal, Joey Paisano.
It is so bad.
We're calling it old school Opie and Anthony, basically.
It is really bad.
See, for the people...
TV commercial.
I guess for the rest of the country, at our old gig when we were doing Afternoon Drive, one of our biggest advertisers was Paisano's on Mulberry Street. And Tom, relax, he sold the restaurant, so we're not trying to promote his restaurant. I don't even know who owns it anymore. He moved out of Little Italy over a year ago. But before we started doing all that great advertising for Joey, he was pretty much in bed with Scott and Todd here in New York City.
Yeah.
And they actually filmed a TV commercial. Mm-hmm. And I guess Joey must have put it up on YouTube. He must have.
Yeah.
It's up there, and we're going to link it to ONARadio.com later today.
It's so bad.
We didn't know what to say when we saw it. We were very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I had no words.
I don't want to be friends with Joey anymore after seeing this commercial.
Joey does not look like Joey.
No, not at all.
And they're all doing these bad, like, Italian stereotypes.
Yeah.
It's really horrid.
By the way,
just horrible.
If you don't want to wait for us to link it up later on ONARadio.com, it's Scott. You throw Scott and Todd starring Joey's Paisano into YouTube, and you'll find it.
Look at Joey.
Look at Joey.
Oof.
It's a bigger Joey. A much bigger Joey.
With the glasses?
Yeah, that was Joey.
It's like Jerry Lewis after the steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he blew up.
All right. Hey, speaking of the big snowstorm here in New York that didn't happen, Sam did a great job. He put this together. Basically, this is what they were saying last night on the local news.
Well, as we said, snow and rain are falling across the tri-state, and some schools have already posted delays and closings for tomorrow. You'll see those along the bottom of your screen there. Well, right now, Erica Tarantel is in North Bergen with more on how people spent the day preparing for this storm.
Expect the morning ride to look very different from this late night drive. What's wet is forecast to be white.
There's no question about it. Tomorrow morning is not going to be an easy commute. It's going to be snow, slush, speed limits probably reduced on the turnpike to about 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Is it?
And
really? I was doing 80 on the expressway.
And this is what they're saying this morning.
But I tell you what, we were fired up. I'm not going to kid you. We thought we were going to get it this time, and the storm, it disappointed all of us, especially the children. Now, some of them, of course, are gone in a little bit late today, but the temperatures, that was an issue. Let's walk and talk, and we'll break it down for you to tell you what our issues were. Among them, the storm never really picked up in intensity, and when it arrived here, well, it was just soggy out there. The temperatures just too warm. Now,
and I'll say it again, this is on purpose. They probably knew late last night or sometime after the football games that this storm wasn't going to have the punch.
I know.
But they don't want you to stop watching their news channel.
No.
That's the problem with the news. That's why you can't really call it the news anymore. Just call it like entertainment BS.
Call newsertainment.
Yeah. You want another example? We got plenty of them. Here's what they were saying last night on another station.
Mm-hmm.
Road crews in New Jersey and New York City prepped early in the day for the storm moving in.
We're ready to go out with 1,400 plows tonight throughout the city, along with our over 350 soil spreaders.
Shoppers in South Hackensack were also ready to go. Some grabbed a movie, others extra groceries in case the snow means an extra day off.
In case we get stuck inside the house and not able to work. So we're stacking up, ready to cook.
What year is
best
this?
bet getting to
Is it
work on
1890?
time tomorrow is leaving plenty of extra time. Also, crews want to remind all drivers to leave extra room for the salt spreaders and the plow trucks so they can do their work safely.
Yeah, well,
They got to get through that snow.
Have you ever gone to the grocery store or a bodega or a corner, whatever, and got extra groceries because you thought you were going to be stuck inside?
To be snowed in.
I actually throw food out when they say a storm's coming.
Right.
Nothing in my house.
Oh, my God. And we're supposed to vote for the next president with these people out there that have to go get groceries because we might get some snow?
Morons.
And then there's what they were saying this morning.
It's great to be here. Thanks so much. I was worried about getting here this morning, but all is well outside.
Yes,
in most parts.
For the most part. It's a little storm that couldn't, for the most part, as well, for most of the tri-state area. North and east of town, there's still a little bit of snow on the ground and some still falling, but for the most part, this was not the heavy hitter in the city. And on south, nothing really. Roads are just wet.
Yeah.
Of course.
Dopes.
Just a bunch hype.
And they brag about their weather machines.
Yes, the Doppler 9000 Futurecast 400 million.
Yeah, what happened to the Doppler? That you
they don't
brag
even use
about
it
all the
anymore.
time, right?
Doppler's like old news now. They don't
really?
even say that anymore.
Because it's just a boring name.
Yeah, so they've come up with even better names,
Mm-hmm.
like Forecast 6000. And
it's just weird numbers after the machine.
yeah, whatever the machine is, and then big numbers. Make sure that your number's bigger than the other news channel's number, because then you're that much better. Well, it's one more better.
Could they call it like the Infinity Forecaster, Infinity to infinity?
Infinity times infinity.
Yeah.
The Doppler pi squared.
Yeah.
What douches. Imagine how that would change if they fired a whole bunch of weathermen after a night like last night.
They
Like,
should.
They just fired 40 of them.
No, actually, they probably are going to get raises from the news station.
Yeah.
Because they got people to continue watching their program.
That's all it takes.
That's all it is. It's actually, you would get fired for being the guy going, oh, look, man, I know everyone else is saying it, but I can't lie anymore. I've looked at the Doppler or the Infinity machine, and this is going to be a bust.
Like, what are you doing?
They would fire him right on the spot.
People aren't going to tune in.
So, all right, enough of that. Anthony had the big gambling weekend.
Yes, this was the big weekend that Mohegan Sun was flying us up there.
Well, you took a lot of money from Mohegan, safe to say.
Well,
and they kind of wanted their money back, so they offered you, a trip up to Mohegan on them, basically a free ride in a plane.
Yeah, they
limos and all sorts of and suites and all that.
Oh yeah,
basically they think you're a whale.
It was like a rock star.
Yeah,
it's great. Took Keith and his wife and Mom and Sal, which is just a rip, because my mom doesn't like flying much at all. And with the smaller plane and the weather, the way it was on Friday, probably the worst flying conditions ever. It was JFK Jr. flying conditions, where you can't see anything out there. So my mother it was like Weekend at Bernie's. She had taken a Valium. The plane was delayed for a little bit, so we went over to that 56th Fighter Group over there at Republic.
Yeah.
Downed a few.
Of course you did.
Downed a few. And
why wouldn't you?
So it was pretty much, getting Mom on the plane. She was a little...
Why don't you just tell us you were breathing?
A little tipsy. Well...
I love how Anthony brings that to our attention. Like, really? You had a few.
Well, the plane was delayed because the weather.
Well, what else would you do if the plane was delayed?
Well, you're not going to just sit around Republic Airport.
I gotcha.
There's really nothing going on there.
So you had a few. Mom had a Valium.
A little Valium.
Yeah.
And a couple of drinks. So, she was a little, little loose. A little like, hey, let's get on the plane kind of a thing. And so we all got on the plane, and the weather was horrific. I mean, it was rain. They had some thunder and lightning.
Can I slow you down for a second?
Yeah.
Because I already know the answer, but I think a bunch of people will laugh at their radios. When we left everybody on Friday, you were getting the, the private jet to Mohegan Sun.
Right.
I know you didn't get the private jet.
Well... It had two jets in it. It was a turboprop.
With a lot of other whales, too, right?
No, there were a few. It wasn't like, I had to sit next to people I didn't want to talk to or anything.
Right.
And, they were all going to the same place.
They just picked up all the whales like a bus all over Long Island and brought them to Mohegan Sun.
No. It's a little better than that. It wasn't like hopping on the jitney.
All right.
And it's about a 30-minute flight.
Yeah.
The longest. It's probably 20 minutes. But with the weather the way it was, oh, my God. Oh, was that just a horrific flight. Nothing but turbulence. And then when we go to land, you saw no ground. It was nothing but fog right up until, and I was kind of videotaping out the window just in case, anything happens. I want to have a little record of it.
Yeah, they won't find you, but they'll find your little cheap.
Find a little memory chip.
Maybe.
Say it, they'll find it, plug it in, and go, wow, look at that. You taped his own crash. Death.
Well, here's the jangle of little airplane liquor bottles.
There wasn't even time for that. It was time for one beer.
This must have been where Anthony was sitting. How do you know that, sir? Well, look at all the empties around.
A lot of empties. The jingle jangle of the vodka bottle. But the plane kind of is coming in for a landing. You feel it. And then you hear him hit the throttle, and we're going back up again. And he comes on and goes, I saw the runway a little too late on that one.
Jesus.
So we're going around it. We're going around again.
You don't want to hear that.
So
Die Hard too.
It was a very hard,
Had a guy with a torch.
Yeah. It was a very long circle that he took. I think he was waiting for the clouds to break up a little and gave it another try. So we start descending again and didn't even get close this time. Back up again. Now he doesn't even go to the radio.
Is there anything more horrifying than being in a plane and having no clue as you look out the window, you see nothing?
We didn't know where we were.
Does anyone else just picture mountains?
It was white.
In front of you?
Yes, the giant Rockies of Connecticut.
Well, whatever. I don't even care if
it could be an antenna or something.
If we're over the ocean and you see nothing when you look out the window, I'm convinced there's going to be some huge sea monster that's popping his head up and we're going to crash into.
I was saying that that if you're at 35,000 feet and something goes bad and you're just spiraling in and you have time to text friends and actually get a response back and, take care of some last minute business, fill out a will as you're plummeting, that's one thing. If you're in fog during a landing and you hit something, I'm pretty much from the school of thought it's over pretty quickly.
Pretty fast.
You're just like, you're flying, you're looking out the window, bam, it's over. Bam, the old beyond, whatever happens after this, that's it. That's what's happening.
Start seeing Ghost of Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper.
Yeah, that's a Big Bopper.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Anthony. Flew too low, baby. That plane came in too slow, baby.
Glass in your face.
Hello, baby. The clouds are too low, baby. Oh, you know what I like, a runway.
Oh, man.
That's pretty much what it was.
Oh, man.
So the second approach, he
missed
bails.
that one.
He
A little go around. And now it's a real long approach. I think he's lining up pretty far out because we went back out over the Long Island Sound and came back again. And this 25-minute flight is now an hour. We're an hour in the air. And I have a video clip of this. I'm out the window. I'm looking out the window, and it's nothing but pea soup clouds. You see the prop going. And from the time we broke through the clouds to the time we actually landed was 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds from the time he saw nothing till he saw the runway. Make sure you lined up. Gear down, flaps down, hit the runway hard and fast. And then just, and everyone on the plane,
of course,
did the applause.
Of course, you got to
applauded the pilot.
Still alive.
Yeah,
what a dumb thing to do. Oh, I'm alive.
Hey, thank you. We live another day. And then the whole thing with Republic is a little odd too. I just want to say to any terrorists listening. Republic Airport would be the place you want to go because no checks whatsoever. No security. Can they please do something with Republic? I understand they're commuter planes, but some of these planes carry like 30 people.
What are they going to do? Take out a brownstone?
No, that could do some damage. It could absolutely do some damage.
Yeah.
And then we're flying back. And the cockpit door is open. The whole flight.
Yeah.
It's just open.
He was lonely.
There's people with carry-on that has not been checked at all. No one looked at it. It went through no machine. Nothing. You just get on this plane. It's a little odd to me.
They just know it wouldn't do much damage. That's what it comes down to.
Is that what it is?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
I think that thing full of fuel could probably do a lot of damage.
The government doesn't think so. They don't really care about your
maybe
life.
30 hostages?
And they'll let 30 hostages be beheaded, the government.
Yeah?
Yes. That's how it works.
It's a little creepy.
Government would pretty much be, sucks. Sucks to be you guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm serious. Got to make a big splash.
Yeah.
If you're a terrorist. Little stuff like that, government's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't, but I don't know.
So how was the gambling?
Well, let me tell you. Day one, sat down, broke out about 10 G's to start with, and built it up to $70,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good one.
First day, you're up 60 G's?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I promptly lost. And
same day?
Same session.
Same session.
Yeah. They really turned it around on me.
Why would
Turned it around. Because I was gunning for 100, okay? I wasn't going to stop at 70.
I know my question is really stupid. That's why I don't think I have the gambling bug in me, because there's a point where I just go, you know what, I walk.
What point? 20,000? 30,000?
You just feel
40?
You just feel like, wow, this is kind of nice.
I wasn't feeling it. It felt good. I was going for 100.
And that's what the casino banks on.
Going for 100.
If you were at 70, like when you went backwards, like why wouldn't you go, or I just dropped, like gave them 20 or 25 back and then go from there? Like that's a lot.
No, because then you win it back plus more.
Okay.
See, this is what they depend on. That's what the casino
have you made
depends
up your mind that once you lost all the money, all the gambling money that you've been gambling with, you go, I'm done?
No.
Of course not.
I wasn't done. I got
when
it back.
You lose it all, are you ready to quit? Are you going to go into your own savings after you lose gambling money?
No savings, no. No.
But I'm saying your money.
Oh, if it's all gone like that?
Like this gambling money.
At some point, then I'd have to. I'm not going to stop, going to casinos, but, why?
I thought your whole thing was like, I'm going to bet with this money.
Yeah.
And that was what I'm going to do. Like, you had a pride to bet with that money. But if that money goes, then you're not going to stop. You're still going to bet.
Yeah, you're going to get the money from somewhere.
Oh, I took more than 10 with me.
No, I understand that. What Patrice is saying, you kind of made it obvious to everybody that you're playing off money you might have won.
Right.
So when you lose all that money, because you will, you're going to continue gambling.
Yeah, then what? I'm never supposed to go to a casino again?
But you're saying you're not going to take it out of your savings.
Oh, I have to. I would have. Where else am I going to get it?
All right, there you go.
Yeah. No, but as long as
you're what?
When does it end?
I don't know. When I'm broke and destitute.
No,
of course not.
So listen,
it's. Believe me, I don't need an intervention here.
I don't care about your stupid money. I'm just curious.
You're looking at Patrice like he gives a crap about you.
No, I didn't think he.
I'm just trying to learn.
I didn't think he did.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what happens.
Yeah, he's just trying to learn a little.
I don't know. Let's see what happens. See what the future brings.
Like I definitely wasn't going to put my hand on your shoulder and go, listen, Anthony, I love you, man.
You have a problem.
Wow, you read that wrong.
Yeah,
I think you have a problem.
Patrice is just wants to write about this someday.
I just want to know, how does it stop? Like, where do you go? Oh, okay, I'm done.
You keep playing. Just keep playing. You got to be somewhat responsible. You can't, you can't just spend all your money gambling. That's not good.
Right.
I don't.
Is there a place before destitute and desperate or whatever? Is there a place where you go, okay, I'm fished?
Yeah, if I feel I spend too much money, I won't go back to a casino for a while. This is the first time I'm back in.
He's got the bug.
A few months.
He's got the bug. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. Listen,
I'm not taking the jitney down there every weekend. I'm just,
Jesus,
I'm having fun.
Flying in fog bank.
I know that was a little odd, but who knew it was going to be death defying?
Early morning Jaws weather, like the weather when they go fishing in the morning with fog coming up off the water.
Don't know where Jaws is.
Yeah, like
Jaws just gonna pop out of nowhere.
Like he's
out
flying,
of the fog.
where you hear those things going bing bing, bing bing, like,
yeah.
and you're flying to a casino.
Yeah.
a damn Buddy Holly death trap. Was...
All right, we got to take a break. So the first day, you took 10. You turned it into what?
I turned it into 70.
And
then lost it all. Took another 5 and turned that into 20.
And that's the first day.
So I was ahead.
You were 70, down to 5, back up to 20.
Yeah.
Okay, when we get back, we'll get the end of the story. How's that sound? That's right, you're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Patrice O'Neill in studio. PatriceO'Neill.com for his tour dates, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. We were talking about Anthony's big gambling weekend up there in Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
We left you what? You took 10 G's, you turned it into 70, lost it all.
I was corrected. I took 5, turned it into 70.
Okay.
And then lost it all. Took another 5.
Is your
and
money
turned
up
it into
there?
20.
Your money's there in Mohegan Sun?
Well, see, that's what I do. I take it up there, and then I deposit it in what's called a front money account.
What's that?
That's where you just walk up to the table instead of having to have, like, a wad of cash and throwing it at the table. You just go, I'll have a marker, please. And then they fill out some paperwork, you sign it, and they give you the chips based on an account that you have.
Do they get to keep your money and invest it?
No, it's there for, the weekend. What are they going to do?
And then you take a check back, though, right?
Yeah, you check, cash, whatever you want.
So you walking around like Scarface with a...
It's like money counter. With the clock with the missing 12. Take it to the limit.
Limit!
Why is there a hole in the 12 on the clock? What's the matter? I'm too stupid.
No return.
I can't see that there's a camera in the 12. What's the matter with you, Manny? Manolo.
I know we're all over the place today, but our weather people, whatever you want to call them, they have gone north. They're now broadcasting from Hartford and Boston for New York. They kept going north until they
keep going
found
north.
snow.
We're here in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, because the snowstorm was a bust here in New York. They said, you know what, just drive north until you find something. We're looking pretty stupid. All right, so the second day of gambling.
Yeah, that was really, really bad.
This is Friday.
Yeah, that was Friday, and then this is Saturday. Now,
so you
Saturday.
Wake up Saturday late afternoon.
Yep.
And how much are you up or down?
Well, I was up like 10,000.
Okay.
But then I hit a brick wall. I have never seen dealers pulling shenanigans like they were against me. It was stunning. If I had a 17 and the dealer is showing a 4, that 4 will turn into an 18. They would get me by 1 every time. I'm pushing on blackjack. I'm pushing on blackjacks. And everything else, 20s, the dealer's showing a picture card. I'm dealt first card, a picture card. The second card is 3 or 4. And then the dealer's got a picture card showing, and every time they flip that over, boosh, there's their other picture card.
Did it come to you that you're thinking maybe they're using a special deck because they want their money back really badly?
No, I truly don't think they can do
and
that.
They warned you about that.
Yeah. And
he gave you all sorts of advice.
I think there are definite dealers that just have an aura about them that are coolers.
Boy.
They're coolers. There's something about them. They can go in there and consistently just screw you.
You believe in coolers?
Yeah, I do.
Boy.
And you think the casino believe in it too? Like they put, like if it's
I
a
think
hot
they
table,
do.
They'll just put one of these coolers on the table just to make everybody lose?
I think they do. I usually play alone at a reserve table. Sometimes I'll play with other people. But there was this one guy. I'm sitting there with another guy. We're having a great time. We're doing all right. He knows how to play. I know how to play. We're just kind of, because I go into the what they call the high roller room. I like hang out with the riffraff. And then this guy comes down with this cowboy hat. I believe he was Middle Eastern. Sits down. And he's contemplating, with the dealer showing a picture card, he's contemplating not hitting a 13. So me and the other guy that had been sitting at the table for a while look at each other like, uh-oh. And it worked out that time, but every other bet now, I'm just betting the minimum. I'm like, I can't do anything because I'm afraid to make a big bet that this guy is going to screw me.
He should have or he shouldn't have made that.
I hate that philosophy.
No, don't hate it.
Wait,
no, this ain't even
what was
right.
he supposed to do?
Hit the goddamn thing.
No, see,
You hit a 13.
You hit a 13 if the
what
deal is showing a 10.
Why can't it work out in your favor if this guy's playing dumb?
It might, but you know something?
Why do
it
all the
might
gamblers are convinced if there's a guy at your table playing bad,
Because you're playing
that's
the odds.
going to affect you?
You're playing the odds. Then don't fuck.
And why?
Excuse me.
And why?
I'm cursing.
Why should I care?
Because this conversation comes up. Because if I got $6,000 up, and this idiot's got $100 up,
why should I care about your 6 G's? What if I go, I'm thinking only about my 13?
Good. You know something? You're right. You shouldn't. That's why I play at reserve tables.
Yeah, but then those hands
so I don't got to play with idiots like that.
But the game goes by way too fast when you're you and a dealer.
Me? I'll sit there after dealing a couple of hands. If I take a couple of beatings, I'll sit back in my chair. I'll sip my drink. I'll talk to a couple of people. I'll talk to Keith. I'll talk to the dealer. I'll talk to the pit boss. I'll wait. My pace.
How much money do you have to spend to get a table that no one else can play at?
Oh, they want you, making some big bets consistently.
Yeah.
A little more than that, Jim.
Really? And it's your table.
My
no
table.
One can sit there.
My table.
I don't understand that logic that, a bad player.
Dude, then you're a guy that, I'm talking, then you're a guy that if any blackjack player that plays consistently, they don't want you at their table.
So say you have no choice. You got a bad player. He's hitting when he's not supposed to hit, but
leave the table.
Because he's hitting when he's not supposed to, you're winning like crazy. Then what?
It could happen.
All right.
But you leave the table because the guy will screw you. He will screw you.
But he could also help you.
Most times he's going to screw you. You got to play the odds.
I just don't get it.
Well, you got to get it.
And I know
you would be yelled at and pummeled by some guys.
Trust me, I know this is. You guys all think the same. You get all pissed off when a guy's playing badly at blackjack.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
So what's the idea of this guy?
The idea is the dealer is showing a 10.
Right.
And one card is buried. You don't know what it is.
Okay.
And you're showing a 13. You see both cards. You know you only have a 13. Okay. The dealer, the odds are that dealer has got better than you. So hit the goddamn thing. If he doesn't hit, let's say he doesn't hit, and then the dealer turns his card over, and he takes the next card that this other idiot should have taken, and he winds up pulling a 21 instead of busting. The table will kill that stupid idiot. But like Ope said, sometimes it might work out.
His thought might be he's going
to bust.
He's going to get a 9.
Well, you know something? Take the goddamn card and take the chance, because that's how it works.
But it's for your benefit.
Then get your own reserve table and play like an idiot.
Patrice, I've seen it. These guys will kill you, and I never understood that.
Get your own table, play like an idiot.
You want him to play? There's no team play.
There is kind of a team thing at a blackjack table. There is a team
to get the dealer to bust.
It's right. Your job is to get the dealer to bust and let the table win. And if this jackass screws things up, you want to kill him. And this is what he was doing, because the odds are he's going to screw up, and he was screwing up. So I got up and left the table. So I sit down at a brand new table, and I have to wait now for the reshuffle. I have to wait for a marker. Wait. All this time goes by that I'm waiting. And what does this guy do? He gets up. The second I'm ready to place my first bet, cowboy hat guy sits down right next to me. Right next to me. So I look at the dealer, I grab all my chips, and I go, I can't sit here and play at this table. He goes, why? I go, I'd rather not say. And I looked at cowboy hat guy, and the dealer knew exactly what I was talking about.
What's wrong with cowboy hat guy?
He was the guy that was the idiot.
Yeah.
He followed me.
Oh, he followed you.
He followed me.
Because he's working for the
Maybe
casino.
you were the idiot.
No, he was the idiot.
He's working for the casino. They're trying to mess you up.
So
Take you off your
that's
game.
when I went, you know something? I'm going back to my reserve table. So I went back to the reserve table and proceeded to lose a lot of money. Just lost a lot of money.
And they have like a rope around it, like so people know they can't come
a little
down.
Plaque that says reserved. And if anybody tries to sit there, they go, hey, reserved.
You lost a lot of money. Now, are you dipping into your regular money at this point?
Yeah. At some point, I had a dip.
All right.
I had a dip.
So the money you brought with you is gone. Now you're
dipping. Gone, and I was dipping.
Okay.
So the reason you want the other guy to play well, I get it now, is because he could bust the dealer. Like, everyone's trying to bust the dealer. So it's almost like if he busts the dealer, then you all win.
Yeah, if he would have done something with his 13 where he pulls this miraculous card and wins and everyone else loses because the dealer busted, screw him for winning. He screwed the table. We all would have won, but he, didn't play by the community
Well, why
rules.
don't you guys acknowledge when this guy is playing stupid and everybody wins on the...
Someone does.
On the table where you acknowledge, okay, cool, this guy is a dope, but we all won because of it.
But you can't consistently bet. It screws up your rhythm. Like, I sit there thinking, I'm not going to bet $6,000 based on the fact that this jerk might do something stupid. I can't place my fate in my hand on whether this guy's going to be an idiot or not.
Was he betting big money too?
No.
What's the amount of the table?
It was. I think I was playing $100 minimum table and $6,000 max.
All right, man, calm down.
But no, because you got to understand this guy. My mother said that. She goes, my mother was watching for a while. She goes, you turn into like a different person when you're doing that. She goes, I've never seen you like that. Because I'll be like, son of a, God damn it!
All right, calm down. So what happened?
And I punch Keith. Keith is sitting next to me, and I'll lean over and I'll punch him. And I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, Keith. And he goes, no, that's okay.
That's okay.
And then he goes, I have to leave my wife here. He goes, I don't want to come back and see her with a bloody nose and, split lip or anything. Right. So don't beat up my wife.
All right, so you dipped, and then what happened?
So I dipped. It was pretty bad. A
big dip?
Big dip. So I cashed in. I didn't cash in. I just left the tables Saturday night, and it was a horror. I just went back. I emptied maybe $100 out of my pocket. I was like, oh, boy, this is a bad one. Bad. And then Sunday morning comes around, afternoon. I go to another table. It's looking grim again. And then it changed. Completely turned around. One dealer gets up. Within two shoes, I had 45 minutes left. 45 minutes before I had to get from the car to the plane. And rake to the guy. To the point where Keith is standing next to me. And he just looks, he goes, count that. Ooh, he was rough. So I count it. He grabs the chips and goes, okay, here, play with this. Like daddy. And he just put them in his shirt and in his pockets and walked to the window. Cashed in, and I wound up pretty much a little less, but pretty much even for the whole trip. And with everything they gave us, all the perks that they gave us like $5,000 of just go shop money. So the girls went to the spa, they bought dresses, jewelry, all kinds of stuff, just for the hell of it.
Oh man,
beautiful rooms. It was great.
They see dollar signs in your eyes, man.
It was. I gotta say, and with the big finish, dragging in a boatload of cash like that at the end, it was one of those picture perfect weekends. And then we got on the plane. It was a wonderful flight back. It took from the time we left the casino till the time I was back playing Call of Duty 4 with Dan. It was about an hour. An hour. From casino to my house.
When they go through all that trouble and you still break even, they probably want to send John Denver to fly you home.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
That must be for the casino.
Very annoying.
Did you break even?
They gave me everything, too. They gave me the rooms, the dinners. We had dinners at great restaurants twice. It was all taken care of. We go down to this dress store, and Keith's wife and my girl, they're buying dresses and all kinds of stuff. It was amazing. It was a great weekend. I want to thank Mohegan.
And you broke even, basically.
Yeah.
When do they want you back? That's the problem.
Anytime, bro. I think we're all going back for the Bon Jovi concert.
And another thing, you saw, Ozzy was up there the same weekend?
Yeah. Ozzy was playing Saturday night up there, so a lot of Ozzy fans, but kind of put a few things into perspective to see guys with Ozzy shirts and Ozzy jackets on, driving Little Rascal scooters around the casino. It was a little sad. Fans of Ozzy, and they're there on those Little Rascal scooters.
Whether you know what a rascal scooter is?
Too fat or too old or hip injuries and
old
stuff.
Black Sabbath t-shirt.
Yeah, he's got the old Sabbath t-shirt and the mullet. Going and just driving around.
Ozzy should be on a Rascal.
Yeah, he should be.
Did you see him at all? Or
No. He played in the big room, obviously, and the big arena that we did when we went up there. And I didn't see him. Saw a lot of his fans, though. A couple of them fans of the show.
Very nice.
And then just had a really good time.
Very good.
I'll be back.
Martin from Jersey. Martin.
Oh, here he goes.
Hi, guys.
All right, Mr. Doesn't Know Blackjack. What's the problem?
Listen, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
The guy takes the bad player. He's in back of you, in front of you. It doesn't matter. He takes cards from the deck, so you get the next card. It doesn't affect you.
Dude, it does. Shut up. You're talking out your butt. You don't know what you're talking about. I hate people that say this. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not a blackjack player. You're not. You're one of these idiots that sit down and screw everybody at the table.
Can I ask you a question, Anthony?
Yes, Patrice. Shut up. Shut up, know nothing.
Wow.
Hey, let me ask you. Hey,
wow. He's losing his mind.
Is there another level? Are you at the highest level blackjack player? Like, if there's like some level where it's the highest level players, could you comfortably sit down with those people and know what you're doing? Like, would you ever be the cowboy hat guy?
Never.
In any situation.
Never.
I will explain the next level. If Anthony and his fellow players that yell at the cowboy hat player are not card counters, then they are losers because the odds will crack them eventually.
Will crack who?
We'll crack Anthony and his fellow players.
Oh, he said you're not a card counter. That's your problem.
Dude, the odds will crack me. As opposed to the odds cracking the entire table because idiot isn't hitting on a 13 when the deal is showing a 10.
As opposed to the house, I think he means.
Of course. What do you think? The odds are in the player's favor? What am I, a retard? Of course the odds are in the house's favor. What am I, stupid?
Wait, what about... Well,
get Anthony a Valium someplace.
Every game in a casino is based on the fact that the odds are in the house's favor. If it was the other way around, casinos would be little tin shacks. They're beautiful places with stunning, gaudy crap hanging everywhere that people pay for. The trick is to try to get lucky and try to play the games where the odds are best in your favor, or to get the best odds you can.
There's no reason to yell at me because
I'm yelling at you because you're talking out the part of you that is supposed to expel waste.
I used to have a video game, a casino video game.
Yeah.
And it was, to me, it seemed like craps was the best way to win. And you can win.
They say blackjack has the best odds, right?
Blackjack has the best odds, but
yeah.
Like craps has so many different ways to win, right?
Yeah. What are you saying? No, it doesn't?
It doesn't.
What game has the best odds?
If you bet the line and take the odds on the crap table, and it's got like a 1.4% chop against you.
I've always heard blackjack has the best odds.
All right,
hold on. This guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about, though.
I have no idea about craps. I don't play craps.
What's the odds
Just
of
like
blackjack?
this guy doesn't play blackjack correctly.
Depending,
He's an ass.
It's definitely over.
Cowboy-hatted idiot.
Why are you getting so mad at?
Oh, because he's one of those guys.
He's talking to this guy like he is the cowboy hat guy.
Yeah.
This is what he wants to say.
Look, that's what I wanted to say to the cowboy hat guy.
Let it be known there are a lot of guys that agree with Anthony, but I don't think they're yelling and screaming, though.
For him, but I think he's a moron, too. But that's not the point.
Right.
The point is it doesn't affect your play.
Yes, it does, jackass.
Okay.
It affects the entire table. First of all, you can't consistently bet. You can't play the way you want to play when an idiot is playing like a hotshot cowboy. You can't then, I don't want to put my friggin' $6,000 in this idiot's hands. Okay. I want to play against the dealer, not against the idiot next to me.
Let him go.
Jackass. Jerk off. Idiot.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm fine. I was in a great mood.
Mr. Kumi, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir. Patrice.
So this guy, the cowboy hat guy, right? He goes, I'm not going to do this. Now, if he doesn't hit, now you have to adjust what you're going to do now with your hit. Let's say you had a...
No, I'll always just do what I'm going to do.
All right, he has his 13, and say you have a 15.
Yep.
He doesn't bet. What do you do different now that he doesn't bet as opposed to if he did hit?
Nothing. I play the game. If the dealer's showing a picture card up top and I got a 15, I'm hitting the goddamn thing. I'm hitting it.
Instead of getting the first card, you're getting the second card.
And then everyone looks around the table and goes, what would the dealer have gotten if this moron would have hit? Oh, he'd have busted instead of gotten 21. So now he's F'd the entire table.
But you guys don't acknowledge when it works out in your favor. That's what I don't get. You sort of acknowledge it, but you're like...
No. You also don't understand what I was saying. I don't want to put my $6,000 in his hands.
He's saying this
I
guy...
put it in the dealer's hands. I'm playing against the goddamn dealer. Not against an idiot that doesn't know how to play the effing game.
But isn't it all luck of the cards anyway, though?
Yes, but the percentages. You want to play the odds and the percentages. And it works out better if idiot hits.
Okay.
Well,
no,
for the table. Shut up, you fucking moron! You're an idiot! You're an idiot! Die!
All right, why are you cursing?
Because I can't take this guy anymore.
Why are you losing?
I can't take him anymore.
Sir, I thought gambling was just fun, fun recreation.
It's fun until you get this idiot, because he's one of these idiots.
But is he?
Dude, how many times did guys want to punch you in casinos?
He's out.
Never. They never do. Bull. They want to beat you silly.
But is this guy talking like the cowboy hat? Like he?
Yeah, they think they're right. They're not. He's not right. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
All right, you got to do just private games from now on.
That's what I do.
Because you can't.
Me and the dealer.
Yes, you can.
Or I go into the high roller game.
He doesn't gamble for fun like we do.
Or I go into the high stakes game.
It's blood. He can't help
and everyone
himself.
knows how to play there. You're not going to, and this proves my point. If you go into the high stakes game where it's 500, 10,000, 500 minimum, 10,000 maximum, you won't find one son of a bitch sitting there doing what he said is fine to do. Not one. They throw your ass right out of there.
So you guys must be winning like crazy because you don't have these guys getting in your way.
No. You win or you lose based on how the game is played. Not like this. Guarantee this jerk, he never goes home a winner.
Who do you
never.
blame when the high stakes guys are losing?
The game. It's just the way it goes. I'm not saying it's a sure thing if idiot isn't sitting there. I'm not stupid. The odds are always in the house's favor. But the odds are even more in the house's favor when jerk is sitting next to you. Believe me. I've seen it too many times.
Right, hold on. We got to get to Lydia from Oceanside. She calls every once in a while. She's a psychologist. Lydia.
Hi, guys. I'm just a little worried about Anthony.
Everyone's worried about me. Please. Is it about the gambling or the fact that I'm a Nazi? What is it now?
Well, I am a Jew, so the Nazi thing does worry me a little, but I thought maybe you could use a little deep breathing techniques and relax.
I know about deep breathing. Steve from Bayshore, Ant was sitting at the table screaming that his generals were betraying him. I'm not Hitler.
Why are you worried, Lydia?
Well, I play blackjack too, and I agree with Anthony. I've been to Mohegan Sun with the idiots, but I'm just worried that he's going to have a heart attack or a stroke on the air,
No, I get very worked up, that's all.
He loves his gambling.
I enjoy playing blackjack, played the right way. It's very exciting when you get a good hand that you can split, that you can double down, things like that. That's where the fun of the game comes in.
You could sleep better at night if you knew that you lost a lot of money, but everyone at the table was playing by the, quote, rules, the unspoken rules.
That's how it works. If
I'm trying to understand this.
If idiot sits next to me...
Chops? Like so that you feel comfortable being this guy screaming at
experience, just playing, and I knew the rules going in.
But you was cowboy hat guy at one time?
I was never cowboy hat guy. I knew the basic rules to sticking and hitting, but that's part of the game. The other part is knowing when to split cards, knowing when to double down, even though not just on 11s. You know, you double down certain times. Also, when you have crappy cards, if the deal is showing crappy cards, you could do that too. Try to double your bet. But idiots like that guy that think it's fine to just sit there and stick on a 13 when the dealer is showing a face card is despicable. Despicable.
Everyone hates people like that.
And yes, the fact that everyone hates them and they screw up the game. And like I said, it might work out for the best. But the biggest thing is it screws up the bettors, the whole table's rhythm of betting, because you get paranoid that this idiot is going to take your money away by screwing up the table
and you shouldn't
instead of just playing against the dealer.
But obviously, how he screws the table up.
I know.
I know. I'm just not comprehending.
A lot of hardcore gamblers believe exactly like Anthony.
Is it superstition?
No,
you should.
It's math.
Then you shouldn't.
It's odds.
You shouldn't even take a chance playing at a public table. Then you should go private table all the time.
Sometimes I play at the lower stakes table if I just want to take a break. Drink a few beers, take a break without the constant adrenaline of huge bets, things like that. But there's just always a jackass.
Then you get more cowboy hat guys. It's a
right, exactly.
All right, Lydia.
Bye, guys.
There she goes.
You get some little guy from Thailand smoking 80 cigarettes, hitting when he's not supposed to, sticking when he's not supposed to.
He's having fun.
I'd take that cigarette, spin it around, and stick it in his eye.
All right, wait a minute.
So there's many different levels of gambling. Like Jimmy, myself, Patrice, we've done the 3 card. You're just fooling around, having fun. Whatever. Play a little blackjack, fooling around, having a little fun.
It gets bananas. I did the 3-card broker thing. It was fun. You talk mess to the dealer. You go aha when they lose.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you just feel creepy sitting there.
Then you leave. Then you want to move on to something else. But then there's gamblers like Anthony. They take it very seriously.
I enjoy playing blackjack.
One more time.
Mm-hmm.
3 people at the table.
Okay.
Wait a minute here.
You're killing me.
Wait a minute. Just wait a second here.
Yeah.
It's your lack of knowledge on the game. It's just
because I don't want to be cowboy hat guy.
Mm-hmm.
13, you the other guy. The cowboy hat guy, you
Right.
Okay. The 13 he should hit.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, what's going to happen? Now tell me the scenario in the cards of why you want him to hit.
It offsets every card by 1.
He should hit because there's a magic card under there.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just asking, man. That's what I'm saying. Because what happens?
A very high
give me a scenario from him not hitting to you losing.
I'll tell you. A high percentage of the time, that dealer, if he's showing a picture card, has something higher than a 13. It's, first of all, stupid for him not to hit. Because they usually got another picture card under there, a 20, or a 9, or an 8, or a 7. It's a card that's going to beat you.
Right.
Take the goddamn card. He doesn't hit. Now I got to hit. Now I'm getting his goddamn card. I don't want his card. I want my card. If I got a big bet, I don't want his card. I don't want him to determine if I win or lose.
Unless his card gives you a win.
Jesus Christ.
Odds. I'd like to know statistically, what are the odds of you getting a good card because he sucks or a bad card because he sucks are probably the same. Like, if you have a 10, you don't know if you're going to get a 7 or an ace after him. It's basically it's a psychological thing because mathematically, like, what are the odds that he's, like, the cards are random. Like, I know what you're saying, but I think it's more psychological. Like, this guy sucks. So if you have a jack showing or whatever, and then you get a 2, you're like, I hope this guy dies in a bus wreck. But if he gives you 21, you're like, good, that just worked out for the better.
Sometimes it does.
And you still hate him.
Yeah. He's not playing the game right.
Honestly, we'll have to agree to disagree.
It's
just the way people like Anthony think.
That's what, and like I said, you go into the high roller room
and
alone. You play like that,
he's not alone
you'll get thrown out. They'll throw you out bodily if you play like that in the high roller room with other people at the table.
If you're winning.
Doesn't matter. No one would do that. That's what I'm talking about.
When do you not hit? What do you have to not hit?
Anything
where you don't call him a jerk.
17 or over, or if the dealer is showing 6 or under.
Okay.
All right, we got to take a break.
Then I won't hit.
We're really late.
That's it. Sometimes you split.
Take a deep breath, Anthony.
I hit on 20. I laugh.
Yeah.
Ace.
Yeah.
Give me an ace.
Just to see how the
That's what I do.
Just to see how the table reacts.
Give me an ace.
I split queens against tens.
Watch this. An ace. Come hit me with an ace.
And then
right here.
a six comes out, and I go,
maybe next time.
Close, but no cigar.
Hit on a 20.
That's right.
20.
That's what I do.
And that's what you say. You say, give me an ace, and you wink at the other players.
Just for giggles. All right, we got to take a quick
when
break.
a six comes out, you
You don't want any more blackjack calls, do you?
What? I won't even let it upset me.
All right, watch. Let's see if this doesn't upset you, okay? Rich in Jersey. Rich?
All right, Rich.
Well, actually, I'm calling to agree with Anthony and trying to explain it to you guys.
Okay.
The sheer fact of the matter, it's a game of numbers. If you play it like a jacket, if you play it like somebody who doesn't know, then you're just there to gamble, and you should be sitting at a poker table or something like that.
What?
But
This guy makes me sick.
I know. Swallow.
Well, no, it's
Spit it out, Mr. Peabody.
It's all numbers. You know what I mean?
We know that.
It's a cause and effect game.
Well,
So
everything's
like
cause and
Anthony's
effect.
saying,
He's not helping you, Anthony.
No, I know.
Making a fool out of you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just talk about just basic math crap, it would work either way.
To me, the only
no, it doesn't work either way because there's only a certain percentage of cards in the deck.
Oh, you got another call coming in, idiot.
Exactly, sir.
But thank
hopefully
you for
it's the
trying to
cancer
help me.
doctor saying bad news.
All right, let's go to Charlie in Westport, Connecticut. Charlie.
Hey, what's going on?
That's a game of numbers. We get it.
Blackjack while you're talking about it.
What, Charlie?
I just want to explain to Jimmy what's going on. There's 3 cards in the deck that equal 10 and 1 that equals 11. What the hell? There's 4 cards. Why wouldn't you use those? What are you going to do? You're going to leave a 10 for the dealer, and they're going to end up winning. The guys who tell me, I just want to give Cowboy Hat a big FU.
Well, no. See, that's now the numbers
Cowboy
like
Hat.
that. Like what you're saying, like the numbers add up. You know how many cards are in the deck, right? Like as far as how but there's like five shoots, or 5 decks, 5 decks of cards, right?
7 decks, I think.
Okay, yeah. So, sir, what are you trying to say, that you can't double down like that?
Jimmy. All right, Charlie, what else you got? One more call. We'll go to Virginia. Matthew, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Anthony's totally right about this. It's blackjack is one of the only games that you can actually play and win consistently if you know what you're doing, but inconsistency of bad players can screw you up and make it so that you lose.
But how so? That sounds good, but how's what's the mathematics on it?
Because, like, with the roulette table, it's chance at a time, like that guy was saying earlier, but with the blackjack, they're dealing out of, like, 6 shoes, and there's certain cards that you can keep account of the number of high cards and low cards that come out of those shoes. And if someone is playing inconsistently, that will screw up your chance of knowing what's going to happen next.
Okay, so you're saying basically if you can count 6 shoes like Rain Man, you can pretty much know if everyone's playing by the rules. You mathematically, if you can count the shoes, can have a better idea of what's coming out next. But if the guy is playing inconsistently, okay, I see that. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying. Not everybody's Rain Man, but
I'm saying if you can count cards, right? If you can count 6 shoes and you know pretty much what's left in the deck, if everyone's playing by the unspoken rule, you know what the guy on the left is going to do, so therefore you kind of still know what your odds are. But if he's playing crazy and against the rules, he screws up your calculation.
I'll give you an example. So let's say everybody decided to play by a certain set of rules that was, taught year after year by people who knew how to beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you took another group of people and you had them all play by a completely random set of rules, like we're going to hit until we have 5 cards or something like that. You can tell that those people that played by the other set of rules is going to lose, just like those people that play inconsistently are going to lose more than people that play by the set of rules that Anthony is talking about.
All right, well, 5 cards is a little much.
And it shouldn't be that guy's responsibility to make a play that involves the entire table. It's not up to the guy that's going to do what he wants to do. It's up to the dealer to either bust or not bust, beat the table or pay the table. Who's this idiot that sits down and decides he's going to be the one that's drawing the cards, that's going to determine what the hell happens at the whole table? Doesn't work that way. You're playing against the dealer, not some schmuck that sits down in a cowboy hat.
I don't want to be part of that world. It's too much pressure.
I still don't
you have a day off, 2 days off. You want to do a little blackjack?
No.
You could get killed for hitting at the wrong time. Because all of a sudden you get a feel like, you know what? I want to hit on this 17.
Let me tell you something.
I want to hit on 17. My luck sucks. I'm feeling it. I want a card.
And everyone that's disagreeing with me. Everyone that's disagreeing with me is the person that sits down at the table and F's it up.
Hit me on 17. I'm feeling lucky. I got a few drinks in me. I got my bonus check with me. I just want to have fun. Hit me. Next thing you know, you're getting beat up in an alley.
That's it.
I don't want to be part of that life.
I will say, though, the guy who said card counting, but you don't count cards, but the guy who counts cards, I can understand that. If you know exactly what's left. And you're doing math, and you know what everybody's supposed to do. So you see everybody's card. It's like I kind of understand that.
How about this? A lot of low cards are out before you get to do what you got to do. I'm sitting on an 11. I want to double down.
What's that mean?
A lot of low cards coming out. I'm sitting on 11. I got my bet out there. I'm able to double my bet and get one card. Because the odds are, if you have an 11, the odds are that there's a lot of picture cards in there, that you're going to get 21.
Is that what doubling down means?
Yeah.
Like you just all of a sudden double your bet for one card?
You get one card.
Okay.
And the dealer, let's say the dealer has a crappy card up top, 4, 5, 6, something like that. The guy next to you has a 15. He hits. The son of a bitch hits. He's supposed to stay and let the dealer bust. He pulls your goddamn face card. Now I'm there doubling down, and I pull an ace or a 2, and I'm sitting there on a 12 or a 13 because schmucko hit.
But what if you got
the old what if? The odds, but the odds are, I'm saying, a lot of low cards came out. Let's say a lot of low cards came out. Now the odds get better every time that a high card's going to come out.
Why are you getting so mad?
Because it's people that don't. It's only the people that don't know how to effing play that say there's not a problem with this type of play.
But you barely acknowledge the fact that
my own mother, I want to smack her in the head when she does that.
But you barely acknowledge when it works in your favor. I don't get it.
No, here's what I'm saying. Low cards are out.
Right.
Every time another low card comes out, the odds are that a high card's going to come out.
I got you on that.
So why is this idiot effing with me? Let me take my chances, play my game. Don't let him determine what I got to do when I double down. But let him stay on his stupid 15.
But the card you need might be just 2 away.
Yeah, what if the next card's a 4? What if the next cards are a 4 and a queen? He hits and takes the 4, you get the queen.
I think
he doesn't hit, you get the 4.
Then what if it is?
But that's what I'm saying.
Then God bless that it worked.
Ant's frustrated because he's not turning us around, and I'm not trying to do this to get under your skin. I don't understand it at all.
I'm trying to understand it.
You know something?
I guess I just don't have the bug.
We need to talk to a professional blackjack player for him to tell us why, in a way everyone understands why this is the way it's played.
It's more I think it's more of an emotional thing. It's a feel, which is fine.
Not.
I mean, if you're gambling and that makes you comfortable, sit there and play big hands, that's fine. But to say that mathematically that is a problem,
there is something mathematically.
Get Ben, let's get Ben on the phone. Ben Mesrick or whatever, who writes all those gambling books. Let's see if he knows anything about that. That's a good idea. Actually.
I understood the context of counting cards, though. That made sense to me because there I could see the math of it. If you know what's left and you know what he should do statistically, and he's not doing it, then it might screw you up.
Counting cards is a joke. Most of the casinos allow that to happen because most guys do it wrong.
Oh, okay.
That's why they haven't completely shut that down. They can make that impossible. They don't because they know there's a lot of dummies thinking they know what they're doing with the card counting.
I'll actually move my lips like 5.
5.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey. Mike, this gets the phones ringing though for some reason.
I know.
There's a lot of emotion on both sides. Most people, I'm admitting, Anthony, are with you.
Yeah, I see.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Anthony, now, I'm not saying I don't play like cowboy hat guy. I play by the rules. But, mathematically, it doesn't matter what someone else at the table does. It doesn't affect what happens to you. It might look like it, because when it happens and you lose, you remember it and you think this guy's a douche, but it doesn't actually affect what happens to your hand because the dealer has to play by his own set of rules regardless of what other people at the table do. It just, when it goes wrong, it makes you really, really angry, and you get this type of reaction like you're getting.
Right, like that's my point. Like regardless of what the guy does, the dealer has a 15, he has to hit, right? Or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so if that guy takes a card or not, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good point. You remember, of course, the douche.
Then how come?
I think as humans, he makes kind of a good point. I'm not saying he's right. But as humans, I think most of us remember something bad that happened to us way more than something.
Then why do real players mind it so much? And then why wouldn't you welcome people that play like that at your table? If it didn't matter, why is it such a big deal when they do it?
I think it's just like this guy.
No, because if they're winning as much as they're losing, then why would it matter to you?
Why
would it matter?
Because because it's an emotional thing.
It's not an emotional thing.
I absolutely believe it's an emotional thing.
Dude, what if he was winning? What if he's busting the dealer by playing like an idiot the whole time? Why then would there be a history of people hating people like this at a blackjack table if he's winning for the table?
Because it's human nature.
Because he doesn't win for the table.
And you truly feel like this guy is screwing you up.
Well, the thing is, he's not going to win playing that way. Mathematically, if you play by the rules, you are more likely.
Exactly, that's what the F I'm saying.
But that doesn't affect the cards that you're going to get. He's being stupid when he's hitting on 17 and 18 and all that crap. But if you're still playing the way you are, mathematically, he might technically be helping you. Tens can't come out of the deck because this guy's,
if he was helping,
is hitting when he's not supposed to hit.
If he was helping the table so much, and if people that played like this helped the table as much as they hurt it.
To help the table, but what he does has no effect on the table. It just looks that way because he pulls the card you want, you remember it, and you look at him and you want to punch his teeth out.
No.
All right, we could discuss
There is something mathematically.
I think we
that
could only
screws the table.
I just want to know what it is mathematically. Like, once I hear it, I'll go, oh, okay, I'm sure maybe it doesn't exist. I just don't know what it is.
Shut up. This isn't a worst of.
Well, that guy, Ben Mesrick or whatever, who writes the gambling books, he wrote about the MIT team and all that. What was the name? Bringing Down the House and all that. He's a friend of the show. We'll get him on the air. He's spent a lot of time in casinos, and he studied this stuff, and we'll see what he has to say. We can only discuss this in doses, small doses, obviously, because Anthony's very emotional when it comes to the subject. Very emotional.
No, the frumpy Mona Lisa. We get it.
What's that about? Well,
who knows? Is she smiling or frowning? She's fat. Hopefully she wasn't going into a smile. She saw a mirror and she was like starting to frown.
Just an awful picture.
It's mediocrity at its best.
You ever go to a museum and look around and go, so why the Mona Lisa? You see all this amazing stuff in museums if you ever decide to do that. And you go, why this dumb thing? Why this dumb something? Ant's been ranting and raving about his blackjack play. It's got people talking and debating both sides of your philosophy. And we're going to have, what's his name again? Ben
Mesrich.
Yeah, Ben Mesrich, who wrote the book Bringing Down the House and making it into a movie starring Kevin Spacey. The book was unbelievable.
This guy knows.
And he's an expert on the casinos and especially blackjack, so he's calling the show today. And we're gonna just explain what Anthony thinks,
and we'll get to the bottom of the whole thing.
We're gonna get to the bottom of exactly. But Tim down the hall took one of Anthony's rants and came up with this.
Introducing Anthony Cumia's Guide to Casino Blackjack. Courteous gambling.
You want to play the odds and the percentages, and it works out better if idiot hits.
In this 63-page booklet, you'll see how Anthony always welcomes a beginner to the table.
I don't want to put my friggin' $6,000 in this idiot's hands.
Always there to help, Anthony will show you that there are never any stupid questions.
Shut up. You're talking out your butt. You don't know what you're talking about.
After all, it's just a relaxing afternoon with no pressure.
Shut up, you moron. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Die.
It's not like we're betting big money.
Broke out about 10 G's, which I promptly lost.
Learn how to be courteous at the card table in Anthony Cumia's Guide to Casino Blackjack.
I'm Anthony Cumia, and I endorse this product.
There you go. So Ben will be calling within a half hour to discuss this further and get
solve this whole thing,
to get you all riled up.
Don't have to go through that again.
Yellow.
Lori. All right, Ben Mesrick on the phone next to talk about blackjack and Anthony's whole thing. This is
thank God.
This is taking on a little bit of a life of its own.
Yep.
Your theory and the debating that's been going on the last couple of days. We'll explain to the newbies if you haven't heard after the break. Opie and Anthony. We got to get right back into this. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Moving by very quickly today. We got Ben on the phone. Ben Mesrick or Ben Mesrich. Always pronounce his name wrong. Mesrick, you think?
Yeah.
He wrote Bringing Down the House. He's got that movie. I think it's called 21, starring Kevin Spacey. That's coming out. The trailer did really well, I'm hearing.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah. Online or whatever. Ben, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
I'm doing good, man. Getting ready for the movie and everything.
Yeah, when's the movie coming out?
The movie comes out March 28th, but we're opening the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 7th in Austin.
And this is the movie based on Bringing Down the House, but you had to change the name, right?
Yeah, it's based on the book I wrote about the MIT kids who took Vegas with their blackjack scheme.
Right.
And we had to change the title because there was already a Bringing Down the House with Queen Latifah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Crap. Stupid white guy Steve Martin, wacky dancing should be shot.
Yeah.
All right.
But, when we get closer to the movie, we'll have you back in and we'll do the big promotion. But you're an expert on blackjack, and that's why you're calling today, because our pal Anthony, I think you know because you've been on the show a few times, he likes his blackjack.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't like his blackjack, Jimmy.
He loves it.
Yeah. Anthony loves blackjack, and he's a high roller. They just flew him up to Mohegan Sun. He's considered a whale, basically. They want their money back because he took them for a few. And Anthony plays high stake, and he's got this philosophy. I guess Anthony could explain it.
I'll explain it.
And I want to get your reaction to this.
Of course, Ben, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, but explain it to the listeners. I had a little bit of an issue with a gentleman that sat down. I'm making pretty big bets there. I'm sitting there. I'm betting 2 spots, about $6,000 a spot. So I'm betting like $12,000 for each hand that comes out. And some guy comes over, and he plays the minimum, which I think was $2,000 or something, $200, I'm sorry, at that table. And he's not playing smart. He's not playing by the typical rules of blackjack. The dealer is showing a picture card. He's got a 13 or a 14, and he's staying.
Okay.
I'm sitting there now freaking out going, this guy's a loose cannon. I don't need that. I'm playing against the dealer. I don't want to have to play against this guy and the dealer. And it's pissing off the table. Everyone else in this studio is saying, why should that matter? What does that do? It doesn't change the cards. What if it works out in your favor? I go, it could. It does. It has in the past. But on average, I don't like that happening because he's going to screw me.
Right. Here's the thing. I mean, if you're getting into a groove and you're feeling good and everything, he can, throw you off your game. Statistically, mathematically, he's not really going to screw you.
Statistically or mathematically, it doesn't make a difference.
Right. But in most, good casinos, if you're playing that big, you could probably, the pit boss wouldn't necessarily let him sit there.
Exactly.
If he's messing with your play, it can take you off your game. And also, if you're card counting, it can make a difference.
Ben,
right.
That's what the guy said yesterday. So if you're counting cards and he's not making the plays that would be expected of someone who's playing by the rules, it matters. But if he's not counting cards, does it matter? It won't do anything to your game other than annoy you?
If you're not counting cards at all, if you're not keeping track of the face cards at all, if you're not keeping track of the aces, if you're not keeping track of the small cards, if you're not doing any of that and you're just playing, by luck, then it really shouldn't matter mathematically. But I do understand that it's annoying.
Well, I do look at the number of low cards that come out.
If you're keeping a good track of low cards, and you've got a guy who's not taking when you think he's going to take a low card, and that changes the way you think, but really, it shouldn't make a big difference mathematically.
Well, Ben, I want to jump in. I understand what Ant's talking about on an emotional level because you want to focus on what you're doing and stuff, and this could take you off your game, and you're getting pissed off at this guy because you feel like he's not playing it right, and that's going to distract you to the point where maybe you start making dumb bets and things like that. You're just not focused. but I don't really understand the logic that a lot of these guys have, like Anthony. And I don't play cards, so I'm not trying to say I'm an expert here. That it actually mathematically affects you.
It doesn't mathematically affect you. But, I mean, like you said, I mean, it could help you as much as it could hurt you. And the numbers don't really change, against you because some guy's making dumb moves next to you.
I get up and leave.
Yeah. If you were keeping up with keeping track of all the cards and a guy was doing strange things next to you, it would change the way you'd have to play because you'd have to take that into account.
Right.
But if you're not keeping track of the cards, but, if you are keeping track of the low cards, that might also change the way you're going to play, too, because maybe you're expecting, there's a certain number of low cards left. You have one of them aimed at the dealer, and suddenly this guy next to you is, changing the way he's going to take low cards. That could affect you.
Yeah,
if you're just playing by luck, no.
I do keep track of the cards coming out of the shoe. If there are a lot of low cards coming out, then I know at the back end of the shoe we might have a lot of high cards coming out of there. And sometimes this guy either hitting when he's not supposed to or not hitting kind of throws me. And it does throw me off my game because I don't like that loose cannon there. I feel like I'm playing against the dealer. It's me and the dealer. And if I start...
That's legitimate. If you saw a whole bunch of low cards come out, and so you assume there's lots of 10s, jack, kings, and queens waiting in there, and then you got some guy sitting next to you hitting on a 17 or an 18, well, he's going to take one of those 10 king things that you have aimed at the dealer. So, yeah, that would make a difference.
Or if he's hitting on his 14 when the dealer's showing a 6, that annoys me. Right. That annoys me.
And you should be annoyed. I'm not trying to say you shouldn't be annoyed.
If you're keeping track of the cards, then you have every right to get him kicked out of it.
It says, note, Ant changing his story. I'm not changing my story. I'm finding out.
The listeners are getting to him again.
I'm finding out that Ben says, and he's an expert, that it doesn't legitimately affect the odds of of you winning or not. So having this loose cannon sitting next to you, you still have the same odds of either winning or losing the same amount of money as you would if you had a guy that was playing by the book.
If you're just playing straight blackjack basic strategy, then it shouldn't make any difference to the odds because your odds are going to be about 2.5% down. You're going to lose 2.5% pretty much every hand you play on average. And no matter what this guy next to you is doing, it's not really going to change because it's just random if you're not playing, keeping track of the cards pretty much.
Why is it such a taboo then to have these idiots sit down next to you? And why in the high roller room will they really frown upon having these guys at the table?
In a high roller room, they want to do everything to keep the guys like you playing. They don't want you getting up from the table annoyed. So if they've got someone who annoys you and takes you off your game, that if you leave with your $6,000 bets, that's a big blow to them. If this guy leaves with his $200 bets, they don't care. So they'd much rather kick him out and keep you happy because you're going to be losing 2.5% of every $6,000 bet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's just losing 2.5% of. Well, he's hurting himself more, making these dumb mistakes.
Right.
He's probably losing 10% a hand.
See, I think what Ben and I were saying was that it is if you're counting the cards, it makes a difference. If you're not, thank you, Ben. I'm glad you agree with me because Ben and I saw that kind of the same way.
You're an ass.
All right, hey Ben, we're real busy today, but we just want to get you on to talk about that a little bit. Anything else you want to add to it, or?
Yeah, that's keep on playing those big. But next time, just ask the guy to tell that guy to leave.
Yeah, well, I did. I left the table and sat down at another table. And the second they were starting to deal, that idiot sat down next to me again, and I grabbed my chips. I looked at the dealer. I go, I can't play at this table. And he goes, why? And I just looked over at the guy and goes, I said, look, I just can't play here. And he understood exactly what I meant.
Sure.
Which, they all know that you don't want to sit next to an idiot like that that's going to just make the table angry.
I can see where it will distract you, throw off your game. Psychologically, it definitely has an effect on your play.
I thought there was a numerical disadvantage to having somebody sitting there. I will admit, I was wrong.
Whoa, what?
I will admit I was wrong that I thought there was a numerical disadvantage. But I will not back off on the fact that I cannot play at a table when someone's doing that because it affects the way I bet. It affects the way I double down. I don't want to do things that are now depending on this guy not doing something stupid and screwing me up. I feel like I feel like I have two adversaries at the table now, not just the dealer, but this idiot sitting next to me.
All right, well.
Maybe you're a natural card counter and you're card counting without even realizing it.
Yeah. Maybe.
This just in, Hell is reporting 32 degrees today.
Oh.
Well, yeah. No?
Whoa, hey. Precip?
Hey, Ben, the big plug, because we really got to move on, because we got some Tom Cruise audio we must play.
Yeah, my book Rigged is on the stands right now still, which is the oil book.
Yep.
The true story of an Ivy League kid who changed the world of oil from Wall Street to Dubai.
Yeah, and it's out there, and it's a sort of a cool, fun thing. We just sold the movie rights on it, so
oh my God,
it's going to be a movie as well. Yeah, so keep on coming. So
we'll definitely see you soon, man. You're a great writer.
Yeah, I'll come in soon. Thanks so much. If you got any more questions, Anthony, I'm here for you.
Thanks a lot, man. Continue success
Ben.
with the great books.
Here's another guy that's going to forget about us within the next year.
Never.
He's just blown up in front of our faces. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
And it's benmezrich.com.